Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I have Hemraj from Eklavya Astrology back again to talk about dynamic transits today, and he is going to do this in English, but also somewhat little bit will be in Hindi where he feels comfortable. So
Going
whatever
to
he
go.
feels comfortable with, he can start off with that. But yeah, he requests to do it in English. So we'll see how dynamic transits will work, through his scope. So
Uh,
welcome back, Hemraj.
thank you so much, sir. It's nice to be here again. And
Yeah.
today I'm going to talk about the dynamic part of Jyotish because dynamic is everything. Because when we born, and I'm going to do this session in Hindi, but I will explain some of the main points in English as well, so that English viewers can understand. Because I'm
Okay.
not comfortable, that much comfortable in speaking English, but I
Yeah.
try my best, and sometimes English viewer requests that you should make videos in English. So I will
Yeah, the
try.
English viewers are like, we want to hear what he has to say. I'm like, okay, I'll see if he can do it.
so, so the topic for today is dynamic astrology. डायनामिक व्हाट इज डायनामिक दो तरह की चीजें हैं चार्ट के अंदर हम देखते हैं देयर आर
Uh,
टू काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स फर्स्ट इज स्टैटिक एंड देन डायनामिक स्टैटिक इज व्हेन वी आर बोर्न planets are somewhere in the
yeah.
birth chart but now today your chart has different conjunctions and different planetary transit right now. So it is the transit that is creating the events, and every second, every day, every minute the event is happening. So what people think is that the Saturn transit, Jupiter transit, and Rahu Ketu transit is uh, very important to see the events, major events. People limit themselves only to specific events like marriage, job timing, and foreign timing, and buying a vehicle and all these things.
Health and
But
children. Five things.
yeah,
Career, health, children, marriage, promotions. And
yes,
yeah.
only. But astrology is a science to see how we are connected with the universe, how the cosmos are manifesting themselves through microcosmos, through
Yeah.
ourselves. Because as per me, what I think is we are tiny universe itself. So we are connected with that bigger one.
Yeah.
So whatever happening in the universe will reflect in your life, or whatever happening in our life will definitely reflect in your birth chart. So even if you are doing a remedy, it will reflect in your birth chart because you are doing it in a specific time. And planets are time indicator with respect to energies. As the time changes, energy changes forms. So we can understand the planets in terms of energies. Right now, for example, Mars is transiting in the sign of Cancer. So what people are thinking right now that Mars will give you the result of Cancer sign wherever your Cancer sign is falling in your birth chart. But this is a half truth. Now Mars is carrying the energy of Jupiter, Rahu, and Mercury right now. So for next few days, wherever this Mars is going to transit, it will carry the energy of Jupiter, Rahu. Jupiter, Rahu is expansion. The expansion of Jupiter is like it expands the living and non-living thing both. But
Right.
the expansion of Rahu is like it expand the thing, non-living things. Like Rahu with Venus, it will expand Venus related things, wealth and money and luxury and all these. But definitely harm the
So
living
how is
thing.
Mars carrying the energy of Rahu and Jupiter?
Yeah,
Because of
it's like yeah, because right now Mars is the dispositor of Jupiter and Rahu.
I see.
So wherever Mars is going to transit, it will carry the energy of Jupiter, Rahu. Jupiter, Rahu is like expansion. So wherever Mars is going, some expansion is going to happen.
Okay.
And but transit of Mars, or we can say transit of Mars cannot be same every time. Whenever it transit in the Cancer sign, it will
Right.
not be same, because
Because there
that
might be
time,
Saturn in Cancer instead of Jupiter.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, there can be the difference between energies. So it's very tough to catch the energies, what exactly is going to happen.
Yeah.
So, so what people do, they only limit themselves to uh, the slow moving planets, Saturn, Jupiter, and Rahu, Ketu. It will definitely tell you the events like marriage and job timing, foreign timing, all these things. So, but you can predict the minute details, what is happening right now, what is happening in last 2 days, what has happened in the last 2 days, or what is going to happen in the next 2 days, by uh, analyzing the transit of moon.
Okay.
Right now, if you want to predict for a month, you can use the transit of sun. But all these transit of sun, moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus should be checked after the transit of slow moving planet Jupiter, Rahu, and Saturn.
Right. So like you will see with the moon is such a quick planet, the day you get
Yeah.
the job, you will notice that moon will be in trine from either birth Saturn, going over Saturn, or
Yeah.
trine from the transiting Saturn, the day you get the job.
Yes, that's
That's the
truth.
minute you're funneling it down right
Yes.
there. Yeah.
What exactly is manifesting in the next 2 days will be represented, will be shown by this transit of moon. Even what kind of emotions, what kind of food you are going to eat can be predicted from the transit of moon. For example, moon is transiting over the combination of moon Ketu or Jupiter moon Ketu. You are going to eat, paneer or something like जिसको हम कहते हैं क्या, mixed kind of food, sour and sweet.
Okay.
खट्टा
So
मीठा जिसको
remember,
हम
moon is transiting Gemini right now, right? It's
yes,
trine from Ketu. Ketu is
yeah,
a body of a snake, right? Long,
yes,
right?
yes.
And
So,
today I just had Maggie just now for dinner. Maggie is
Maggie,
something long and
yes.
you're eating it.
In somebody other chart, it can be like somebody is eating ginger, or somebody is eating root like food
The root.
today,
Yeah.
or he will skip the food, he will skip the breakfast, or he will skip the lunch, or
I skipped
some
breakfast and lunch today.
because moon is transiting trine from the Ketu.
Yeah.
And if you add that transit of Ketu and transit of moon with your natal planets, it will show you the picture.
Okay.
It will show you the picture. For example, somebody has Mercury in Aquarius, and Ketu is transiting right now in the Libra sign, and that person already has a Ketu in the sign of Gemini. So what is happening? Whenever that person is going to attend a meeting, especially when moon is transiting over either in the sign of Gemini, either in the sign of Libra or Aquarius.
Yeah.
For example, that guy has a consultation with me. So I told him, you are going to leave your conversation due to an urgent meeting, because Ketu Mercury breaks. Whenever they have an important meeting or important call, there will be break at that particular time period.
Even in prashna too, if Ketu's in the third, you get
Yes.
either issues with your phone calls or internet connections goes out. Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah. So, but if you want to time the events, if you want to look at the transit of moon, so that can be told from the birth chart.
So
Now, right
Mercury is
now,
in Capricorn of career, transiting
yes,
Mercury is in Gemini, trine from Ketu, moon transits in Gemini, break in a meeting will occur. Professional,
yeah,
because it's in Capricorn.
yes.
Excellent.
Actually, when we are analyzing the fast moving planets,
Yeah,
you have to blend a lot of things. Daily prediction is like it's very tough, but you can, for example, you have moon Venus Ketu and combination, or Mercury is sitting trine from that, so you can predict using the transit of Mars or transit of moon or sun, that whenever moon, Mars, or sun is going to transit in trine to that conjunction, you are going to buy some picture of goddess Lakshmi or something like heart chakra paintings like that,
Okay.
like lotus and all these things.
Spiritual
Or
paintings. Yeah,
yeah,
lotus.
and and uh,
Or you
and by
may even see
using
a
the
cow on a
yeah
narrow road, because Venus
yeah
is
because
cow, the Ketu's narrow roads, and Mercury can show like traveling also. So you may see a cow, especially like in India, you see cow everywhere. Here, you can sometimes see a cow, sometimes you can in the
somebody
farm.
will buy a painting of Krishna in which
Krishna
a lot
with a
of
next to a cow.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
how actually whatever people ask about spouse meeting circumstances, like people will ask when will and where we will I'm
Yeah.
going to meet my spouse, the future spouse. So for male it is Venus, and for female it is Mars. So if somebody has a Venus moon Ketu na, so that person is going to meet uh, his spouse uh, at a holy place. Can be like somebody married at a Rishikesh. Moon is the water, Ketu is the holy place, Venus is the wife,
Yeah.
and there
And
can
maybe that place will have a flag on some mandir,
yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
That's how we have to analyze. But transit is very important. For example, right now Jupiter is transiting in Aries.
Yeah.
Okay, if somebody asks you when I'm going to meet my spouse, or when I'm going to get married, so for me for female it is Mars always. For example, let me give an example. Let me explain one of the case studies. Mars Ketu in the sign of Leo. Leo ascendant, Mars Ketu. Okay, let me draw. है ना? So
Yeah.
it will be. I do things subconsciously. I haven't prepared myself for English,
Oh, yeah.
I
I
thought
get it.
I thought it will be going in Hindi. So, but it's fine, huh? People
You
will
can mix
understand.
Hindi if you want. No worries.
Okay, so this is the chart. Mars and Ketu, it's like that.
Yeah.
So right now it's a female chart, for example. So right now Jupiter is here. Transiting Jupiter is here. So Mars is the husband, Mars is the male energy, Ketu is the thread.
Yeah.
Ketu is the thread. Ketu binds. What people
Yeah.
think is like Ketu always detached. It's not like that. Ketu had its own significations, a lot of significations.
Yeah.
It never means that it will detach. Ketu will detach from something in a particular time, in particular transit, but in some other transit, in some places, it will attach the things. So Ketu binds. Ketu is a net. Ketu is a thread. So Mars Ketu, there is going to be a thread ceremony. केतु वो हो गया ना, जैसे हस्बैंड और वाइफ को जो बांधते हैं,
Yeah.
क्या बांधते हैं वो घूमने के लिए?
फेरे जब लेते हैं तो
हाँ
वो बांधते हैं ना दोनों
हाँ,
की
that
नॉट्स.
is Ketu.
Yeah.
Yeah, knots. So that is Ketu.
हाँ.
So when Jupiter is transiting after April now, right now, 2023, Jupiter is transiting in the sign of Aries. Now
Yeah.
where the Saturn is here. Transiting Saturn is right now in the sign of Aquarius. So Rahu is the new beginning. So whenever Saturn transit over Rahu, there will be new beginning in that area, in that house. It can be starting of new job, or there will be new beginning regarding the seventh house related things like relationship and marriage. It's already transiting in the seventh house. So Saturn will give you the time period of 2.5 years
Okay.
for any event. The Saturn is giving the marriage here because it is transiting in the seventh house, and Saturn is expecting the Mars.
Yeah.
Now the Jupiter is transiting in the sign of Aries. It is also expecting the Mars, Ketu. It's indicating that there will be the holy ceremony, or there will be a thread ceremony.
Okay.
There can be the marriage in the family. So when this person came to me, I said, you are going to get married in between May to September. using the dasha and all other things.
Okay.
Interestingly, that person said that he and his sister has just visited to Mahakaleshwar.
Oh, okay.
Because the marriage get fixed just few days back, and they have लोग मन्नत मांगते हैं. मन्नत मांगने को क्या आप बोलेंगे? जैसे लोग मन्नत मांगते हैं कि मेरी शादी हो जाए तो मैं ऐसा
Yeah.
करूंगा, है ना? So they had a wish at that temple, Mahakaleshwar. So
Okay.
they thought, they are thinking that this marriage is happening due to that wish, that visiting that temple Mahakaleshwar. But it's
Yeah.
not like that. It's their own psychology.
Their own
There's
psychology took them there just because it was supposed to happen anyway.
yes.
It was
I
part
thought
of the karma too.
yeah. I told him that there is no role of Mahakaleshwar in this marriage. It is going to happen. Even if you haven't
Yeah,
visited
because
that
Saturn,
temple.
Jupiter. Yeah, I see. Yeah, it's looking at Mars, the husband. The arrival of the husband is coming towards the native. It's in Lagna. So
Yes.
husband, Saturn is the karma, Jupiter is the jiva. It's saying, okay, the husband is now gonna come to you, and it's a past life connection too because of Ketu being with Mars.
Yes. Right now the Rahu is transiting in the 9th house, and Jupiter Rahu is transiting in the sign of 9th house. So definitely, whenever Rahu transit in the 9th house,
Yeah.
or trine from the Mars, at the same time when if Saturn transit in the over your natal Rahu, you will visit Mahakaleshwar or Kashi Vishwanath. So it's a chain of the events. People need to understand that whenever planet transit in your birth chart, every day, every time, they are changing the energies, and it is affecting like Dahik, Davik, and Bhautik. It's like they will affect the living and non-living things. Both. It will change your Vastu as well. For example, right now, the Saturn is aspecting the Mars Ketu, and Jupiter is also aspecting the Mars Ketu. Then there is going to be change in the kitchen.
Okay, the fire element.
Because Mars is fire element. Mars is the that oven, that particular area where we cook the food.
Okay.
And Mars is Mars is marble. Mars is stone. So something like that. People renovate their houses, or they start constructing something. Whenever Saturn transit over Mars,
they will even cut something or throw something away because Ketu is there with Mars.
Yes,
and then bring something.
Yes, Ketu represents stairs as well.
Is this person in also like technology or consulting type work?
Yes, it's a female chart. I think she is in the sector of consulting.
Okay.
So I haven't shared the full chart, but what I am trying to explain is the transit.
Okay.
That how transit change your Vastu.
Yeah.
It changes your habits as well. So anything. Right now I am, see what an interesting thing. Moon is transiting over my natal Jupiter today, and I am wearing this shirt of yellow color. Because Moon is transiting over my Jupiter.
Yeah.
And Jupiter is yellow in color. So whenever Moon transit over Jupiter or trine from the Jupiter, you will eat, bananas and all kind of yellow dal को पता नहीं कहते होंगे अंग्रेजी में. I don't know.
या तूर दाल कहते हैं शायद.
नहीं अंग्रेजी में क्या बोलते हैं?
इंग्लिश में ये नहीं पता इंग्लिश में क्या कहते हैं.
हाँ, so like वो सारी चीजें होने वाली है, like
नहीं ये भी देखो ना, like जब when Mercury, Moon will travel over Mercury, and I've noticed this in my phone, I will have my Mausies, maternal aunts, contact me or call me. I was just a few days back when Moon was in trine from Mercury. It was or was with actually Mercury. My Mausi contacted me from California.
Yes, so, whenever Moon transit over your Mercury, a friend of yours will visit, or you will go out with your friends as well.
Yeah.
And it's like it makes a temporary yoga. If, for example, somebody has a Mercury-Venus combination.
Yeah.
So Moon transiting over that combination, then he will contact with a female friends or a smiling woman, because moon is the smile, Mercury
Yeah.
is the younger female, Venus is the female. So it's like he's going to meet a beautiful woman, or
Yeah.
he's going to visit the bank and or the marriage hall. It depends how the bigger transit is playing the role.
I see.
So let me explain something else. Like, how people play with the energies, but it's already the play of the transit and the planets. Everything, sometimes people say that we can manifest anything from the universe. Like, whatever you will manifest, even if you are changing your karmas, if you are changing your luck through anything, through yoga, through meditation, through mantras, it will reflect in your birth chart, because birth chart shows everything, destiny and free will, and whatever you are going to change,
Yeah.
whatever you are going to do in your life. If you are even sometimes people ask that which is the bigger thing, prarabdha or the hard work. It's both. Always the end result in your birth chart will always be due to your free will or prarabdha or the destiny.
Okay. Yeah.
Because there are certain combination in your birth chart that you will supersede your prarabdha.
Right.
You will supersede your bad luck. Eventually, it will reflect, everything get reflected in a birth chart. Even right now, for example, if somebody's Mercury is transiting over the Mars and Rahu combination, or for example, right now, if Sun is in the sign of Taurus, if Sun is transiting, trine from the Venus Rahu combination, then that person is going to buy something luxurious, like either a new goggle, or a lot of like new watch,
Accessories.
yeah, new light, especially whenever Sun transit or trine from the Rahu, there will be that person become highly active on social media. He'll start making videos, he'll start taking a lot of selfies and all these
Okay.
screenshot, like he will go digital.
Yeah.
So let me explain important chart that how कैसे ग्रह दैहिक दैविक और भौतिक चीजों तीनों को इफेक्ट करता है। जैसे हमारे बहुत सारे लोग क्या करते हैं, कहते हैं कि मैं इस मंदिर में गया था, वैष्णो देवी गया था, मैं वैष्णो देवी गया तो मेरे लाइफ में ये चेंजेस आया। इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट कि वो that person visited the Vaishno Devi temple, then this change has come in your life. It's a like chain of the events. It's
Chain of
always, yeah,
क्योंकि
there is
वैष्णो देवी
always,
भी होना था और ये
yes,
इवेंट भी होना था जो उनको मिलना है। अब ये नहीं कह
yes,
सकते कि वो पहले आया, इस तरह से हुआ, पर वो होना ही था।
exactly.
हाँ।
Sometimes what will happen, person will buy a car, and he get married. So what he thought
Okay,
is,
so funny. After like 8 years of me having a car, or 9 years having a really small car, I finally changed my car back in 2012, October. Okay.
yes,
From October onwards, a lot of events happening where I was suddenly being attracted, women were being attracted to me. And literally in January,
yes,
I met my wife. As
yes.
soon as I bought a new car.
Because that time your Venus is active.
Yeah.
So it's a very common, it happens a lot of time. You'll buy, you got married, you'll buy a new car. Your finances rises. Because that time your Venus is already active by the transit of Jupiter or the transit of Saturn. And one more interesting thing is in Nadi, in Bhrigunandi Nadi, it's not that transiting Jupiter is aspecting your Venus.
Jupiter
It's
was
not
looking
like
at
that.
my Venus too then.
Yes, but it's not like Jupiter is aspecting your Venus. It's like Jiva is travel. Like when we analyze the transit, Venus is somewhere static in your birth chart.
Yeah.
It is the Jiva. It's like Jiva is moving. Like I'm growing in my life. I was a kid, then I, growing and growing every day. I'm moving in my life. I am moving in time. I am traveling in a time. So that transit of Jupiter shows the travel of Jiva. So Venus is an energy. Venus is making a certain combination, certain energy in birth chart. When Jiva will travel over that point, you are coming, Jiva, Jupiter is coming under the influence of Venus. It's
Okay.
not Jupiter is activating Venus. No, it's like Venus now in that particular period, the Jiva, the Jupiter is coming under the influence of Venus. So the result of Venus will not be same for everybody. That's why, because Venus is making a different kind of combination in conjunction. For example, Venus Moon combination. It's making getting a huge money and then losing the money and getting cheated in the relationship and all these things. It depends
I've
what
seen
kind of
getting
energy.
cheated and cheating both with Moon Venus.
Yeah. Yes. So
And humiliation as well.
yeah. So basically, the concept is like Jupiter transit is the journey of ours.
Okay.
Is the journey of Eklavya, it is the journey of Kapil Raaj, it's the journey of anybody else.
Yes.
So
अच्छा,
that's why,
इसमें
yeah.
प्रोग्रेशन का कैसे लाओगे? जैसे प्रोग्रेशन शनि जो है मोस्टली 3 ही प्रोग्रेशन होंगी शनि की लाइफ टाइम में. So how would you look at the progression of Saturn when it goes from one sign to the other? What is it signifying in that case?
Okay. You know, progression is also the journey of Jiva and the Karma Karak Saturn.
Okay.
But it's like, as I said, that we are a micro cosmos and we are tiny universe ourselves. Yeah, so it's like we are connected with the bigger one. So the transit is also like micro thing, but progression is a macro thing. Jupiter progressed in a sign for 12 years because it completes the cycle of 12 bodies in 12 years. So it progresses in one sign for 12 years. Saturn for 30 years, but that is a major progression. There is another thing that is a minor progression. I use minor progression.
Okay.
For Saturn, I use micro progression, minor progression.
Okay.
It's like Jupiter एक साल के लिए रहेगा, फिर जुपिटर दूसरे साल के लिए, उसका साल दर साल प्रोग्रेशन चलेगा.
पर उसका महत्व नहीं देखते. जैसे अगर जैसे यहाँ शनि जो है वो टॉरस में है, तो 30 साल के बाद वो फिर जेमिनी में होगा 30 साल तक के लिए.
You have to look at the degrees.
Degrees, yes.
For example, Saturn is sitting at a 10 degree in any sign. So it means Saturn will progress in that sign for 20 years.
Yeah.
After the 20 years, Saturn will move to the next sign for next 30 years. That is a major progression. But when we use the minor progression, it's like Saturn in one sign for 2.5 years. Then Saturn is 2.5 years for next period.
Okay.
It's like progression. Now you will be confused that it's like a transit. No, transiting Saturn will be somewhere else. Yeah. It can be with the progressing Saturn when we are taking the minor progression. It can be for some period, but eventually it will go somewhere else.
Okay.
So minor progression will give you the clear picture.
Now, some Nadi concept is they don't look at degrees. They just said after 30 years, it'll transit to the next sign. And some I've seen actually take degrees into play as well.
Yes. Actually, there are a lot of, in Prashna, there is a lot of
there's contradiction in both.
Yeah, there's always some contradiction. Yeah. So in Nadi, in Brigun in Nadi, there is also a contradiction, some contradictions.
Yeah.
Like for retro, they choose the previous sign, then they will move to the third sign, then they will move the natal position. Yeah. But
it'll drive you crazy.
Yeah, it's not. So I don't use that progression. Progression is the key because progression ये बताएगा कि शादी, देखो बहुत सारे लोग क्या सोचते हैं कि मेरी शादी at the age of 26 in 2012 many people have Jupiter transit or natal Venus, but few of them got married. Yeah. Why not others? because they are going to get married at the age of 36 or 32 or 38. So the progression will tell you the broader picture. The event is happening in between the age of 30 or 42 or 26 or 38. Like it's like that.
Like one thing I'll tell you with progression, I did not find it accurate when I heard. Like, for example,
Yes.
if Saturn is in Pisces, let's say even 1 degree. So after 29 years, it'll move into Aries. But
Yes.
then they're saying that, well, Saturn is now debilitated for 30 years. But the thing is, I've seen charts of multimillionaires who made money in their 30s to 60s
Yes.
while Saturn was progressed in Aries.
Yeah, actually, that's the catch now.
Yeah.
Natal position, whenever we analyze the transit and progression, it is the natal promise that matters. It doesn't matter like Jupiter in the sign of Jupiter is progressing in the sign of Debilitation. Maybe there is a Venus and Saturn combination that Jiva is going to experience a lot of luxury and all these things for next 12 years. It doesn't matter. Even it doesn't matter if Saturn is getting debilitated in the transit.
Right.
It can give you huge money and success. For example, let me take this chart. Aquarius ascendant, Jupiter transited over Venus and Moon in the sign of Pisces from April 2022 to April 2023.
Yeah.
Now, there is an exchange. There is an exchange between Jupiter and Venus. So Jiva is carrying the energy of Saturn and Venus both. And Venus is also carrying the energy of Saturn as well. Because there is exchange.
Right.
Jupiter and Saturn in sign of Taurus. So Venus is carrying the energy of Saturn and Jupiter already. Okay. So what will happen?
She could have bought
sorry?
She could have bought a vehicle, car.
So it's like, yes, it can be. It can be. Like if somebody is at the age of 26 or 27, definitely he will buy or he will get into a relationship or he will get married.
Establishment of home is seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Getting a new property or buying a new flat or you know, the person will see a sudden windfall of money, you know, windfall, like, you know, sudden gain of money, then losing it. Because Venus moon is like, it's a combination. It's like money will come and go. It's a combination of banking where it's a combination of stock market as well. Yeah. Because money fluctuates wherever money is getting fluctuated. That is Venus moon.
Okay. Even when Venus, let's say, moon is second to Venus, that is also going to be considered because Venus is moving towards
Yes,
moon.
of course. Of course. That's the second house from Venus.
Yeah.
That's why people are making videos now. The second house from Venus and your wealth. Like it's a nadi concept. So, but at the same time, this person is going to visit the Vaishno Devi temple as well. Because Vaishno Devi temple is Saturn, Jupiter. And whenever Jiva is transiting over moon the travel, Venus is a female deity. What kind of female deity? Saturn, Jupiter. Because Venus is carrying the energy of Saturn, Jupiter.
Saturn, Jupiter.
So it's like where the temple sitting at the top of the hill and where it's, you know, जहाँ पे पहुंचना बहुत मुश्किल होता है.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Even this person is going to visit the Tara Devi temple as well, Big Ma Tara. It's connected with the Jupiter.
Okay. What about when someone visits what do you call यार क्या नाम है उनका Tirupati Balaji.
Tirupati Balaji, it's like Venus, Jupiter and Rahu combination.
Jupiter and Rahu, okay.
Rahu and the Uttarashada nakshatra will be active whenever the person has a planet in Uttarashada or that Dasha started or it is activated in the transit. Like somebody has a Ketu in Uttarashada. When the Saturn was transiting over Ketu, they visited the Tirupati Balaji or they will donate some costly things like gold or silver at a temple.
Okay.
Okay, so right now
Why
Venus in
Uttarashada?
Uttarashada has a connection with the Tirupati Balaji,
Tirupati Balaji.
like
Okay.
Kuber and Venkateshwar Swami
Okay.
story, kind of marriage and all this.
Okay. You know,
Yeah,
even Mula Nakshatra is also connected with Kuber.
Mula Nakshatra is also connected with the, maybe I never read
Yeah.
about.
But so,
Okay,
okay, so that's the connection with that. Okay.
yeah. So person will also see the, when Jupiter, the Jiva is transiting over Venus moon, the native is going to experience these kind of energies. Even there can be, a shift in the apartment as well, travel, lot of expenditure, lot of, the person will enjoy a lot of good food in a good hotels,
Right.
luxury hotels. The person will remember, oh, in that year I traveled to, that
If
five
this
star.
Venus is in Uttara Bhadrapada, they will love going on cruises,
Yes,
like
of
ship
course. Because,
cruises.
yeah, Pisces is a water sign, so definitely
Yeah.
they are going to
Because
experience
Uttara
that.
Bhadrapada is actually connected with ships, yachts, and boats. So a vehicle on an ocean, luxury.
Yes,
Venus is luxury
yes,
and brand.
yes,
Luxury
exactly.
cruise. And if this, and
Yes,
I'll tell you, if I was looking at this chart, I'll tell this person, go on a luxury cruise with your mother. Your money will start becoming active.
yeah, that's the chain of the events. Now, that
That's it. That's it.
person
If she's
definitely.
watching it or he's watching it, they're gonna now go.
Even let me tell you, Jiva, the Jupiter is coming under the influence of Venus Moon.
Yeah.
So he will get attracted to the beautiful and rich girl. Why? Because Venus is exalted,
Venus is the
exalted
exalted.
Venus.
Yeah.
But he will get eventually cheated. Secondly, what will happen? The person will buy a diamond.
Okay. Moon is
The
gems,
person
second
will,
house is gems, Venus is diamond.
yes.
Yeah.
So what will see the game of psychology.
Yeah.
वो क्या सोचेगा? That he puts that diamond, that's why he's getting the money.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, the universe has its own ways.
Own way.
For
मतलब
example,
luck
ये
पहनने
बंदा
की जरूरत
जो,
नहीं है.
हाँ, when you
वो बस
know the
करवा रहा
time,
है.
you don't need the remedies. You don't need the
Yeah.
remedies. That's what I say. People say, I will see the Hanuman temple. I can tell you the combination, what is actually in that particular period in your birth chart.
Right.
For
Yeah.
example, right now, Mars is transiting. See, the Mars is transiting in the sign of Cancer. If somebody has a moon Ketu in Scorpio, moon Ketu in Pisces, moon in Cancer sign, so that person is going to visit a Hanuman temple, and there he is going to have a food distribution at a large number. Jupiter Rahu, expansion. Moon is the food. Ketu is the tail. Mars is the deity, Hanumanji. So it's like,
Okay.
so this person is thinking that diamond पहना तो पैसा आया.
Right. Right. What if
It's like
Mercury Venus become trine from Mars?
Mercury Venus in transit,
Yeah.
or
No, Mars in Cancer transiting.
okay, if somebody has a Mercury in Scorpio and Venus in Pisces,
Yes.
there is always slight difference, like Venus in Mercury in Pisces and Venus in Scorpio. It's a different thing,
Okay.
because in one case Venus is exalted. So
Yeah.
whatever the Jiva is going to manifest in that period, it is going to be grand. It is going to be exalted. Venus related significations will be exalted.
Right.
Like he's going to buy a new watch, so it will be a branded watch, branded, Venus exalted.
Right.
So whenever Venus Mercury is active and Mars is transiting trine from them, it's a temporary yoga of Mars, Venus, and Mercury.
Okay.
So whatever we will predict for the natal promise of Mars, Venus, Mercury, we will predict for the transit.
Okay.
So Venus related signification is like Mercury is the leaf, actually. Mercury is the leaf. Mercury is the plant.
Yeah.
Mercury is, a book, paper, pen. So Venus is the beauty. Venus is the beauty. Venus is money. Venus is Lakshmi. Venus is bank as well. So Mars is transiting trine from this combination. It means the native is going to buy a beautiful communication device, especially a watch or a camera, or the person will visit a bank to get some print, or like passbook print कराने जाते हैं लोग.
Okay, yeah.
So these kind of things can happen. And Mars is transiting trine from the Venus Mercury. It means that person is going to meet a female friend, and person will start a relationship with a younger girl as well.
Okay.
Because whenever Mars transit trine from the Venus, it's time for it's like male is meeting with the female. But what kind of female? It's Mercury there. Multiple, or they will start a conversation. कि शादी की बात स्टार्ट हो गई जी जैसे ही वीनस मरकरी के ट्राइन में मार्स आया.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, you will see at the day husband, couples meet. Somebody, when we like, मुझे जब डेट निकालने होते हैं मिलने के या शादी के, I always check Venus transit trine from the Mars, natal Mars, or Mars transit from the natal Venus trine.
और ये भी देखा transit of 1st and 7th lord together.
Yeah.
तुम और तुम्हारे वो
हाँ
दोनों मिल रहे हैं. अभी मैंने रीडिंग करी थी 6 महीने पहले. एक सन की रीडिंग थी. अपने पापा के बारे में पूछ रहे थे कि बड़ा कोर्ट केस हुआ है पिता के ऊपर और वो कंट्री के बाहर है, आ नहीं सकते. वो कह रहे हैं 5-6 साल हो गए, कब आएंगे. तो मैंने दशा, अंतरदशा, योगिनी दशा देखा, और फिर मैंने देखा कि 1st और 4th लॉर्ड उनके बाप के चार्ट में एक आ रहा था. तो 1st हाउस तो वो हो गए, 4th हाउस होम हो गया, तो हम होम के वापस आ रहे हैं. और फिर ईमेल आई कि he came back. Now when will his legal issue will resolve? I'm like, okay, that's a good thing that he came.
Yes, that's how we analyze the transit when we use the bhava system.
Yeah.
Like 1st lord transiting in the 7th house, 7th lord transiting in the 1st house. Now we can check the significations as well. Because whenever a person get a job, I just watch one of video where we told somebody that place that Hanumanji Murti in the west side.
In the west. Yeah, as my cousin.
Definitely they're going to be Mars Saturn relationship, because whenever a person is going to get a job, Mars is transiting trine from the natal Saturn, or over, like Mars Saturn will have the combination.
Okay.
Or Mars is transiting in the 10th house, like definitely. Right now, if somebody has a Saturn in Sagittarius sign, so whenever Mars transits in the sign of Gemini or in the sign of Sagittarius, or trine from that, or transiting Saturn, the person will get a job.
Okay.
You have to, because Mars is the self now. Mars is the lord of 1st house in Kalpush Kundli. It's meeting with the Saturn, the karma. So Mars transiting over Saturn or making trine connection with the natal Saturn is very important when the person is going to get a job.
And that is happening in the sky, because when I did that video, Mars was in Gemini, I think. Saturn is in Aquarius. So a lot of people will getting job.
And at the same time, that person will also have definitely Saturn-Mars relation in the birth chart. If you can tell the Saturn and Mars position, then it will be clear. That person definitely has, because something is going to happen in the west. Now Mars is, now the energy of Mars is getting shifted to the west. Saturn, Gemini, west direction.
West, yes.
Okay, so
और तभी मुझे कॉल किया.
So it's like elder brother. You are elder brother of him.
No. It was my cousin in India.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cousin means you are elder than him. So definitely.
No, they're elder than me.
Okay, so definitely Mars in Gemini, he called you and you asked him to shift that, Mars energy.
Yeah.
So definitely there will be something Mars Saturn, because that time there is a Mars Mercury exchange as well. So it's like
Yes.
exchange,
Exchange.
exchange. You are
Yeah.
shifting the energy. Exchange is like shifting the energy.
Yeah,
Mars
they're
Mercury.
Aries Lagna, and so Mercury was in the Lagna, Mars was transiting the third,
Third house.
Saturn is in the 11th.
Saturn is in the 11th house.
But isn't
And
it
Mars is
amazing? They did not find a job for 4 or 5 months when they were doing it. They called
because
me,
right now, yes,
and then
right
the
now
next day they
Mars,
find it. So it's like something told them, okay, you just do this, and then you're automatically getting it anyway. But you're
yes.
supposed to do it.
So actually, see, Mars transiting Gemini, he's a Aries ascendant. Mars transiting in the Gemini.
Yeah,
From Gemini, Mars is aspecting the 6th house and the 10th house.
you're right. 8th
And
aspect.
it is with the it is exchanging the Mercury Mars. So definitely that person also has Mercury Mars relation. Either they are degreeally close, like Mars at a 25-degree, Mercury as a 24 or
Mercury in the
25.
birth chart is second to Mars.
What is uh, the sign actually?
Mars is in Taurus, Mercury is in Gemini.
So Mars is transiting over Gemini,
Yeah,
and that
going over
transiting
Mercury.
Mars, yes, and then there is exchange. So Mercury is get activated.
Yeah,
Definitely. So like this, the transit happens, and there are whatever happening in your birth chart or whatever happening in your life, it will reflect in your birth chart. If even if you are putting a ring of diamond or
yeah.
gemstone, definitely it will be there in your
Have you ever
birth.
tried doing something as a remedy against your transits? Did it happen?
Eventually that will come, that you are doing something against,
Like,
because if
or you're not supposed to go there, but you purposely go there. You're like, I want to see what happens. Have you done that?
yeah, no, I never tried it, but
So let's say you were destined to go Hanuman temple, but instead of that, you took a vacation on a beach. You're like, I'm gonna go ahead, not do this, I'm gonna go there. But
but
then
let
what
me
can
tell you,
happen
and
is you might run into some Hanuman Murti on the beach.
yes,
You
that's
went to
how.
Hanuman. You see, you can't
Yes,
escape it.
yes,
Can't
it's the
escape.
time, that's why the Kala,
Yeah.
until Kala wants anything, nothing will happen. It is eventually the Kala, it is eventually the time that binds everything, and it will manifest there.
Yeah.
So it's like, ये वही बात हो जाती है, बहुत सारे लोग कहते हैं कि 7.5, like people do some alignment kind of things ना. My
इसीलिए ना
chart has
मैंने नक पहनना ही, मैंने कभी रिंग पहनने का शौक था, पर मैंने फिर निकाल दिया. मैंने कहा जब मुझे, क्योंकि कितने लोग नग लेते हैं, कितने लोग जेम्स लेते हैं, 5-5 10-10 साल तक कुछ नहीं होता. मतलब क्या क्या हो रहा है, वो कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. वो जब
it's
टाइम आएगा तभी
simply
होगा.
the transit and Dasha effect. That person
हाँ.
is under the influence of that energy. So he's
Yeah.
putting like whenever somebody has Jupiter, Rahu, and Saturn combination. So
Okay.
like somebody has, let me give an example. If somebody has Jupiter, Rahu in Leo and Saturn in the sign of Aries. So
Okay.
when Rahu transits in the Aries, that person put a finger of, that Hakik. Hakik is like, होता ना समथिंग फॉर सैटर्न राहु, हकीक बोलते हैं उसको, काला हकीक.
गोमेद या नहीं?
नो नो,
हकीक.
हकीक हकीक इज
हकीक मैंने
समथिंग
कभी
एल्स.
नहीं सुना.
It's more kind of Muslim kind of,
Oh, okay.
that that person already had Jupiter Rahu combination,
Jupiter.
and that in the transit that Rahu is in Aries, trine from the Jupiter Rahu combination, that person is coming heavily under the influence of that energy. So whatever will manifest will have definitely some foreign element, some Muslim element, or some like that actually.
Okay.
So it's what we can see anything in the birth chart.
Yeah.
People always question like, I did this and this happened. It's a coincidence.
अच्छा, ये कभी देखा इफेक्ट्स ऑफ लंगोटी योगा?
Yes, Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, Ketu.
Yeah.
Mars, Ketu, Saturn.
Yeah. What did
Jupiter,
you
Mars,
see in
Ketu.
your case when you saw Langoti yogas?
Yes, I saw. And somebody is for example, Leo ascendant, Mars, Ketu in the third house
Okay.
in Libra, and Venus in Scorpio with
Okay.
Saturn
Okay.
in Scorpio.
In Scorpio.
So eventually Mars is carrying the energy of Saturn, and there is exchange between Saturn and Mars. So Mars eventually is coming to the sign of Scorpio, carrying the energy of that Ketu. So it's like Saturn, Mars, Ketu.
Okay.
That person will not get married.
Yeah. Or even if they do, they'll have a lot of issues in there.
See, there are always two things. Either the person will get married or not.
Because see, like Moon Venus combination says no marriage, but I see
No, it's not.
people getting
It's
married.
not always.
Yeah.
It's not always. There is always the third energy which is changing the form. Like Venus Moon, you have Venus Moon combination. For example, Venus in the sign of Gemini and Moon in the sign of Libra. So it's like Moon Venus combination.
Yeah.
But that Venus is getting exchanged with the Mercury in Taurus. So that Venus is going away from
that. Yeah.
So there is a cancellation of yogas as well. It's not always that Venus Moon combination will not get married or they get married late.
Yeah.
No, there can be the cancellation. Like Saturn is making Dhani yoga with Venus. It can get cancelled as well. So there is a cancellation of yogas. And we astrologers sometimes get failed to read the chart because it's very tough to predict each and everything from the birth chart, how the energy is getting manifest. Sometimes we get confused that how instead of reading the theme, we just tell them the probabilities. For example, in last year, somebody approached me. She is doing PhD. Suddenly, her mentor created a problem and she left the PhD and she came to me, see, what is my career? I said, next year you will get a government job in a school. You will get a government job because you are destined to get a government job.
Yeah.
So that mentor, that PhD, that problem is just the seed of something else. It's like birth chart will tell you the theme of life of a person instead of telling the remedies. Like if somebody, and she visited another astrologer, that astrologer will tell you have curse of Jupiter because mentor is Jupiter. So that's why you are getting the problem. Let it be now.
Right.
You just see what is going to happen in her life in terms of career. What is going to happen in next 2-3 years. What is the theme of life? Because one event is connected with the other event. For example, Sita get kidnapped by Ravana.
Yeah.
That's why we remember the Rama.
Exactly.
अगर वो नहीं होता तो राम को कौन जानता?
रामायण की
नहीं
जरूरत
होता.
Yeah.
So it's the seed of the event. Like event, you go, you are preparing for IS, but eventually you become a teacher. You started your coaching centers, and now you are teaching a lot of students, and now you are earning a lot of.
You have like Saturn Jupiter trine or
Yes.
Sun Jupiter to become the PhD girl.
PhD is actually associated with the Jupiter Venus actually.
No, the Venus, teaching, the government job part.
Saturn will definitely. Saturn has Saturn is in the sign of Sagittarius with Moon.
Yeah.
She has. Let me tell you the chart. How we can predict the theme? Like Saturn, Moon is here.
Yeah.
Mercury is here. Jiva, the Jupiter is coming in the sign of Aries. So I told after April you will get a government job.
So Saturn, Jupiter, teacher.
Yes. Yeah. Saturn is transiting over here. Sun is here. So Sun is getting activated. Jiva is coming under the influence of Saturn and Moon. Moon is change, travel. Saturn is profession. But where? Dhanu Rashi. Either a temple or some religious institution or educational institution.
Yeah.
Rahu is in the sign of Capricorn. So the job will be of small level. Because it's a destiny breaker. Small level, like clerk or something like that.
Right.
So that's how the transit works.
Exactly.
We should not always, because हम बायस हो जाते हैं कई बार. चार्ट देखा, उन्होंने बोला अरे मुझे तो आज ही शादी करनी है, मुझे इसी साल शादी करनी है, मेरे पेरेंट्स अगर आपको दिख रहा है कि 3 साल बाद शादी होनी है, सो प्रेडिक्ट कि 3 साल बाद ही होगी. दैट्स द जॉब ऑफ एन एस्ट्रोलॉजर. अगर वो अब इसको हो सकता है रेमेडी बता देता है, ऐसा कर दो, सूर्य को जल चढ़ाओ, वैसा, मैंने कुछ नहीं बताया. बिकॉज व्हेन यू नो द टाइमिंग यू डोंट नीड द रेमेडीज. ये डिपेंड करता है. हो सकता है मैंने किसी और को भी गवर्नमेंट जॉब का बताया अगर वो मैं उसमें फेल हो गया होगा, हो सकता है, बिकॉज कैलकुलेशन you failed a lot of time. But like Saturn in Sagittarius, she got a job at a religious institution or a religious place or in the school.
Okay.
Because Dhanu Rashi.
Yeah.
If somebody has a Mars in Taurus, and when Jupiter is going to transit in the sign of Taurus, she is going to meet her husband or future husband Taurus at a Taurus related place, like restaurant, food, or something like bank, financial institution, or her husband will be somebody who is working in these areas.
No, yeah, husband could be accountant, because if Mars is in
Yes.
Taurus, Mercury and Sun are directly opposite to Mars.
Yes.
So logic, statistics, that, yeah.
So this is how the transit plays a very important role. The transit changes everything around you. It changes the non-living thing. Non-living things is like your Vastu, your furniture, your table, your chair, your place, your marble. Yeah. It depends what kind of energy is there. For example, if somebody's Mars is there, then the change is going to happen in terms of Martian energies. If Venus is there, then Venus-related energies.
Yeah.
Like that. So it's like planet will affect at a Dahic, Devik, and Bhautik. Somebody will try, suddenly somebody started reciting Hanuman Chalisa. Definitely Mars is active. Somebody is visiting the Neem Karoli Baba at Kanchi Dham. There can be Mars in Mula Nakshatra, Mars in under the influence of Jupiter and Saturn.
No, Mars my mother has become a big bhakt of Hanuman.
Yes.
In the last 1 to 2 years, and she's in the middle of her Mars Dasha.
Yes. So definitely the energies will be there.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody is coming to Shimla, I'm living right now Shimla. The Saturn in the 9th house, Saturn in Sagittarius, Saturn in Leo, or Saturn in Aries.
It's heights. Sagittarius is heights. So all the fire signs actually represents heights or hill stations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, Saturn also represents the dark energy of the places of Ma Kali. Places where very, you have to walk and we have to do a lot of hard work to reach.
Hard work. Is that like where Dakshineshwar is or no?
Dakshineshwar temple.
Dakshineshwar temple. Is that in Shimla or no?
I don't know.
Because I know that's like the main Kali temple. That's why.
That is a pure Saturn energy. Saturn energy.
Yeah.
Saturn is Amarnath Yatra. Saturn is Vaishno Devi. Saturn is Shimla.
Yeah.
Saturn and Saturn Jupiter is active. You will go to that temple.
It's cold place, so Saturn is cold. Yeah.
Yes, Saturn is cold. Yeah. That's why Apple is also Saturn.
Yeah. Apple cools you down. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how the transit affects. There are a lot of things about transit. There are a lot of, like, it will change. If I am saying that Mars is transiting in the Cancer sign, maybe in your natal chart you have Moon in Aries, so it's a temporary exchange.
Okay.
Because you have Moon in Aries, and right now Mars in Cancer sign, so it's a temporary exchange.
So even the remedies that they give in Lal Kitab, let's say,
yes,
let's say the one even written by Arup Charan
Joshi.
So even in that case, a person is naturally coming into that progression of doing the Lal Kitab remedy.
Of course. Definitely. Like, this is a pen. I am keeping this pen in a certain direction.
Yeah.
At a certain degree. So it's like I'm changing the Vastu. Every
Yeah.
day you are changing your Vastu.
Vastu, yeah.
Vastu is your body. Body is your Vastu.
Yeah.
Every day you're changing. Now you are taking bath. You're like, doing something with your body.
Yeah.
Because I will place something in certain direction. So every day you are changing your Vastu actually. Indirect way. Indirectly or directly. Sometimes astrology is a medium. For example, somebody has a foreign going combination, and I'm telling that you will go to foreign land, you should prepare for the foreign job, and he prepared and he went to for the foreign land. So it's not like I bring something, it's already in the birth chart.
It's already there,
I'm
and
just
transit
becoming the
just show it.
medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, is I'm becoming the medium.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so astrology universe has its certain ways, certain mediums, certain or uncertain mediums, a lot of mediums. For example, if somebody don't believe in astrology, it doesn't mean that the event is not happening in his life.
It's not
Event is
happening. Yeah,
happening,
it's
but the
happening.
medium can be the different. So
Right.
even if you're drawing like that, yeah, I'm drawing this sun yantra and all this kind of thing.
Also, do you notice like when you give a reading and you see somebody who has their Jupiter trine from your Jupiter, those readings will be always be great. Or when
Yes,
their Jupiter is opposite to your Jupiter, like they understand what you're saying. But if it's
yes.
6-8 from your Jupiter, they will not like that reading.
So it can be related. Yes, it works like that. It can be related. For example, uh, somebody has Saturn in ninth house and Saturn in Dhanu Rashi.
Yeah.
Right? And you have a Saturn or Jupiter in Dhanu Rashi. So if she consult you regarding her career,
Yeah.
and same is true for your highest degree planet. For example, you have Sun highest degree in a certain uh, sign.
Yeah.
In a somebody like, so the person, if somebody asks you regarding his father, government job, or something like sun related signification, your prediction will go bang on. Like
Okay.
whatever you predict,
Yeah.
it will manifest. So
Yeah.
there is always, it's like karmic connection. Now, why people
Karmic
do
connection.
this?
That's what it is. That's what
Yeah.
I
Why
noticed.
person? For example, those who are studying under Eklavya astrology, under they are doing my courses, they always
Yeah.
have something related to Venus. Either they have Saturn, Venus, Jupiter, Venus, or Venus in the Lagna, Venus in the moon sign, Venus aspecting Lagna.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Because,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, it's like karmic connection. We have a karmic connection.
Yeah.
Definitely our energies get superimposed, and what that energy, superimposed energy is making will be can be good and bad. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you give consultation and you get exhausted immediately. You don't like to continue the conversation, but still you are doing. Now it's clear that your predictions are going to fail.
Yeah.
It's already there. And
Yeah.
sometimes, like somebody has if somebody has Jupiter, Mercury, Saturn combination, the person will gain the tradition knowledge, Sanskrit,
Yeah.
Jyotish.
Older knowledge. Yes.
Yeah. So even if even these people study in a school, in a very old school, very old, very or they will have a पीपल ट्री को पता नहीं क्या कहते होंगे अंग्रेजी में, पीपल का पेड़ होगा जहां पर वो
People
पढ़ेंगे, या
compared.
बरगद
Yeah.
का पेड़ होगा, या सम वेरी ऐसा ट्री होगा जो बहुत पुराना और सैटर्न जुपिटर का रिप्रेजेंट करेगा. तो क्या होता
Right.
है कि बहुत सारे चार्ट ऐसे होंगे जिन चार्ट के अंदर आप भले ही कुछ तैयार करके ना बैठे हों, लेकिन जैसे ही आप बोलने लगेंगे, जो आप बोलेंगे वो कहेगा कि इट्स हैपनिंग
अच्छा,
राइट
फिर
नाउ.
ये भी देखो, अगर ट्रांजिट, अगर बर्थ चार्ट में अगर कोई कहता है कि अरे मेरे ऊपर ब्लैक मैजिक हो सकता है या नहीं, या मेरे पास ब्लैक मैजिक होगा या नहीं, तो फिर रेमेडी करें ना करें, अब इसमें क्या करेंगे तुम? क्योंकि जो
नहीं,
होना
अच्छा
है वो तो
देखिए,
होना है.
नहीं, अब क्या है कि ब्लैक मैजिक का एक सर्टेन कॉम्बिनेशन होगा,
हाँ.
सर्टेन कॉम्बिनेशन होते हैं ब्लैक मैजिक के, और एक वो सर्टेन पीरियड पे होते हैं. कई बार वो 2 साल चलते हैं, 5 साल चलते हैं, 7 साल चलते हैं, कई बार वो 1 महीने तक चलता है. ठीक है, जैसे बीमारी होती है,
Yeah.
आप क्या करते हो? फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपका पेट खराब हो गया तो आप क्या करते हैं? मेडिसिन लेते हैं,
हाँ.
टेकिंग द मेडिसिन। बट समटाइम्स व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, मैं आपको अपना रियल केस समझाता हूँ। मार्स जब जेमिनाई में गया अभी, और मार्स जब जेमिनाई में था 2019 में,
हाँ.
मुझे किडनी स्टोन हो गया।
अच्छा.
ठीक है, और डॉक्टर ने बोला ऑपरेशन करना पड़ेगा। मैंने कहा मार्स जेमिनाई से जा रहा है, लेट्स लेट द मार्स ट्रांजिटिंग कैंसर साइन, मतलब मार्स को यहाँ से जाने देते हैं, उसके बाद
Yeah.
डिसीजन लेंगे। क्योंकि मुझे ये मालूम था कि ये 8 8 mm या 11 mm का स्टोन है, तो ये इवेंचुअली ठीक हो जाएगा। मैं कुछ और
Yeah.
ट्रीटमेंट लेता हूँ इंस्टेड ऑफ सर्जरी, लाइक ड्रिंकिंग
Yeah.
वाटर एंड
Yeah.
अदर। तो मैंने वो लिया, और हर बार जब तक मार्स जेमिनाई में रहा तब तक पेन रहा, तब तक प्रॉब्लम रहा। जैसे ही मार्स जेमिनाई से बाहर आ गया, मैं
अच्छा.
मैं
किडनी
ठीक हो
स्टोन
गया।
का कॉम्बिनेशन होता है वीनस मार्स, और या तो
मून केतु,
सैटर्न या राहु होना चाहिए शायद। वीनस मार्स का देखा है, क्योंकि वीनस इज किडनी, मार्स इज स्टोन।
लिब्रा एंड सेवेंथ हाउस,
या.
मून केतु, सैटर्न का इन्फ्लुएंस सिक्स्थ हाउस में होना भी एक किडनी स्टोन को दिखाता है। बिकॉज वहां से स्टार्ट होता है फिल्ट्रेशन, सिक्स्थ हाउस से स्टार्ट होता है, सेवेंथ हाउस तक जाता है।
हाँ.
तो वो दो हाउसेज इन्वॉल्व रहते हैं। बट अगर आप ये देखें कि अगर मान लीजिए मेरा स्टोन 18 mm का होता,
हाँ.
सो आई हैव टू गो थ्रू द सर्जरी।
सर्जरी. या.
इट्स द टाइम, जब तक समय नहीं चाहेगा तब तक वो रेमेडी भी नहीं मिलता है। बहुत सारे लोग 3 3 4 7 साल हो गए ब्लैक
हाँ.
मैजिक से सफर कर रहे हैं। लोग उनको बता रहे हैं यहाँ जाओ, वहां जाओ, वो जाओ, जा रहे हैं वो। बट
हाँ.
जब तक वो दशा और ट्रांजिट नहीं निकला उसके जीवन
तब
से,
तक वो
तब तक
सोल्यूशन नहीं आएगा, वो रेमेडी नहीं आएगी।
सोल्यूशन ही नहीं आता है।
या.
सो सोल्यूशन, हम वी एज अ जीवा क्या करते हैं हम लोग? मुझे कोई मारने आता है तो मैं क्या करता हूँ? डेफिनेटली आई एम रिएक्टिंग।
या.
इट्स अ ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी that we
या.
always look for solution and alteration. We always fight with the situation. That's why Jupiter, the Jiva, is the free will. So जब black magic हो रहा है तो we are visiting the temples and we are visiting the Hanuman temple. Even
या.
though I have experienced the black magic in my own house, so we just
ओके.
went to a temple which is famous for black magic. So it's like, हो सकता है अगर वो सीवियर होता तो कई सालों चलता, वो
या.
सोल्यूशन ही नहीं। बट वो एक टेम्पररी पीरियड के लिए होता है। और हमारा नेचर है, जीव का नेचर है, दैट्स व्हाई जीवा द जुपिटर इज अ फ्री विल, कि हम हमेशा परिस्थिति से लड़ने की कोशिश करते हैं। वी ऑलवेज फाइट विद द
या.
सिचुएशन, एंड वी ऑलवेज, जैसे मैंने कहा ना कि किसी ने पहना कि मेरा जुपिटर अच्छा है तो मैं ये पहनूंगा, येलो कलर तो अच्छा हो जाएगा, केला दान करूंगा तो हो जाए। बिकॉज ये ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी है, हम हमेशा अपना बेस्ट करते हैं। जैसे हम कहते हैं कि हनुमान जी की मूर्ति लगा लो गाड़ी के अंदर, नींबू
या.
मिर्ची निकालो, एक्सीडेंट नहीं होता है। लेकिन जब वो होना रहता है,
या.
when time comes, when the car wants to do anything, it will happen eventually. Till that there is lot of alteration and remedies, like
या.
मेरे बाल ना झड़े मैं ये लगाता हूँ, शैम्पू लगाता हूँ, केयर करता हूँ। बट कई बार सिचुएशन ऐसा होता है कि हम कुछ भी कर रहे होते हैं, वो इवेंचुअली चीजें हो ही जाती हैं। तो
अच्छा,
इट्स
कभी
लाइक कि
डिड यू
जैसे
एवर,
आप
या बताओ बताओ बताओ.
जैसे मैंने एग्जांपल दिया कि कोई मुझे मारने आ रहा है,
या.
सो डेफिनेटली एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग मैं कुछ ना कुछ मेजर लूंगा।
या.
मेजर लेते रहते हैं। मैंने डायबिटीज के लिए मेजर ले रखा है पहले ही। मैं अपने को फिट रखने के लिए जिम जाता हूँ, पता चला जिम में ही हार्ट अटैक आ गया एक दिन मुझे।
या.
मैं फिट रहने के लिए जा रहा हूँ लेकिन मुझे जिम में ही हार्ट अटैक आ गया। सो जब तक समय नहीं आया ये सारी चीजें चलती रहती है। हम ये मेजर
यस.
लेते रहते हैं, वो मेजर लेते
वो
रहते
मेजर लेते रहते
हैं।
हैं.
हाँ,
मरना तो है ही एक दिन.
बहुत सारी चीजें। हाँ, हम
या.
ब्रश करते हैं रोज फिर भी दांतों में प्रॉब्लम।
दांतों में प्रॉब्लम. या.
लाइक ये समय की बात होती है, समय,
हाँ.
टाइम बाइंड्स एवरीथिंग। जब तक समय चल रहा है इस आपके सारे मेजर चलते रहते हैं। बहुत
या.
सारे लोग रूटीन चेकअप करवा रहे हैं। माइकल जैक्सन इज द रियल एग्जांपल। डॉक्टर्स हैं, ये है, हार्ट ट्रांसप्लांट के लिए रखा हुआ है, सब रखा है।
या.
ठीक है भाई, हो सकता है वो बच भी गया हो 1 2 बार
या.
इसी चीज से, कि डॉक्टर पास में था, बच गया। हार्ट
हाँ.
अटैक आ रहा था, somebody came and saves you.
या.
But when death comes, na, it
दैट
will
कम्स. या.
come. The events
अच्छा,
are like
कभी
death.
कभी जो ब्लैक मैजिक करते हैं उनसे कभी ये पूछा कि तुम लोगों को अपने कार्मा का कुछ नहीं लगता कि मरने के बाद क्या होगा तुम्हारा? वो
दैट्स द
कहते
थिंग
क्या
ना,
है?
जब वो ऐसा एनर्जी लेके पैदा हो रहे हैं वो लोग,
अच्छा,
इसके
तो
लिए
वो
हमें
कभी नहीं
वो
समझेंगे।
कार्मिक कनेक्शन, वो कार्मिक कनेक्शन, वो चेन ऑफ इवेंट को समझना पड़ेगा कि हमारा जिसके साथ भी कार्मिक कनेक्शन है। अब देखिए तांत्रिक के पास बहुत सारे लोग विजिट कर रहे हैं,
हाँ,
क्यों कर रहे हैं? कुछ लेन देन बाकी है उन लोगों का, कुछ डेप्थ,
हाँ,
कुछ ऋण उनका बाकी है, कुछ को एक साइकोलॉजिकली बेनिफिट भी मिल जाते हैं, बेनिफिट भी मिल जाते हैं कि मैं वहां गई, मेरे को रिलीफ हो गया, मन शांत हो गया, क्योंकि वो माइंड से चीजें चलती है, प्लेसबो इफेक्ट। कुछ को नेचुरली पीपल विल प्ले द एनर्जीज, एनर्जीज
या
होती हैं, डार्क एनर्जीज है ना, अच्छी एनर्जीज। तो तंत्रा भी एक डार्क और अच्छा दोनों है, तो
या
डेफिनेटली वहां पे भी वही जाएगा जो अट्रैक्ट होगा। सो देयर आर सर्टेन कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ ब्लैक मैजिक। some people don't believe in astrology and black magic because they
या
don't need such kind of, their prarabdha, their energy in the birth chart is on another level.
राइट।
They don't need anything from outside. They are mentally strong. मैं पता क्या कहता हूँ, रेमेडी इज अ टूल ऑफ वीक माइंडेड पीपल, क्योंकि साइकोलॉजिकली जब वीक हो जाता है आदमी तो
राइट।
रेमेडी ढूंढ। भगवान राम जब कॉन्फिडेंस करेज लो हो गया, तब उनको ऋषि ने बताया कि आदित्य हृदय स्तोत्र का पाठ करो। तो रेमेडीज आर फॉर यू नो मेंटल एंड फिजिकल लेवल, लाइक पीपल डू मेडिटेशन एंड ऑल दिस। इफ
तभी
समबडी
तो
इज
मंत्रा
थिंकिंग
करते हैं जो मन को चेंज करे। मंत्रा।
दैट
तो
मन को प्रोटेक्ट करे,
हाँ।
इट्स नॉट लाइक वी आर गोइंग टू अल्टर द सिचुएशन।
या
It's not like I'm definitely going to win the war if I'm going to recite this Aditya Hriday Stotra. No,
या
it's not like. It means that I'm giving something to myself.
या
That's the role of gemstone and all these things. They work on mental and physical level. They don't
यस।
they it doesn't guarantee that you will get, if you will win the war. If somebody is worshipping and somebody is offering water to the sun, it
या
doesn't mean she will get a government job, but she will definitely come getting the energy on mental and physical level, that confidence, that routine.
या
और बहुत सारे लोग आपको ऐसे मिलेंगे आईएएस जो रात को 1 बजे तक पढ़ते हैं और दिन को 12 बजे तक सोए होते हैं, कोई सूर्य
हाँ।
को जल चढ़ाता नहीं, कोई कुछ नहीं। सो
या
मेंटली एंड फिजिकली जब हम वीक होते हैं, आप देखिए तंत्र भी आपको मेंटल और फिजिकल लेवल पे ही इफेक्ट करता है। सो हमेशा जो रेमेडीज हैं जो बताई जाती है, मैं इस बात से एग्री करता हूँ कि मेंटल और फिजिकल लेवल के लिए होती हैं जितनी भी हैं। आपको जरूरत है, जैसे ये भी एक रेमेडी है। आपने
या
कपिला जी के पास कोई आया कि मैं 3 अटेम्प्ट दे चुका हूं गवर्नमेंट जॉब का, लेकिन मैं फेल हो गया हूं, मैं
राइट।
बहुत डिस्करेज हूं। आपने देखा गवर्नमेंट जॉब का कॉम्बिनेशन, आपने बोला यू विल गेट द गवर्नमेंट जॉब, डू एंड प्रिपेयर। ये भी एक रेमेडी है, क्योंकि आपने उसको एक करेज दे दिया, आपने उसको एक
करेक्ट।
विश्वास दे दिया कि हाँ होगा, होगी
हाँ।
तुम्हारी जॉब, जाओ और तैयारी करो। वो कहता बिल्कुल पक्का होगी ना, हाँ बिल्कुल होगी। दैट इज ऑल्सो रेमेडी, बिकॉज मेंटली आपने उसको वो कर दिया। अब आप उसको
या
सूर्य को जल चढ़ाने भी बोल सकते हैं, कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, जो भी है आपका। So eventually the remedies are also the it's like a pathway. There is a many ways, रास्ते होते हैं बस
so
चीजों
it
को
is,
मैनिपुलेट
maybe it
करने।
is part of, it's
Yes,
part of the solution
yes, it's a
with
part
time.
of that event.
Yeah, it's part of that
It's a
event.
part of the event. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
part
it.
of the event.
Yeah,
So but एस्ट्रोलॉजर क्या करता है, वो इवेंचुअली इवेंट ही बताता है।
yeah,
वो कहता है कि कल मुझे मारने आ रहा है, माफिया आ रहा है, मैं बचूंगा कि नहीं बचूंगा, वो इवेंटली बताएगा कि हाँ यार तुम बच जाओगे, तुम नहीं मरोगे। अब इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हाँ सामने से आ रहा मैं बैठा हूँ, हाँ मार दे मुझे।
yeah,
डेफिनेटली दैट पर्सन विल फाइट। इसीलिए तो हम उसकी कैपेबिलिटी, मेंटल कैपेबिलिटी, फिजिकल कैपेबिलिटी के बारे में पढ़ते हैं ना चार्ट से।
हाँ,
उसके फ्री विल उसके बारे में पढ़ते हैं, जुपिटर इज द फ्री विल। क्यों है?
yes,
इसीलिए बिकॉज जीवा
yeah.
इज फ्री टू एक्ट, एंड हाउ जीवा इज गोइंग टू एक्ट एंड रिएक्ट, इट कैन बी read from the birth chart. So it's simply a reflection of somebody's personality, somebody's life.
Somebody's like, yeah, very true.
That's why we are able to predict the death ना।
Yeah.
अगर नहीं, बट ठीक है, वो क्या
और
ही वो
स्पेशली
बहुत।
अगर मतलब ब्लैक मैजिक का जो होता है कॉम्बिनेशन, उसमें काल चक्र दशा कभी यूज करी है? कि कब
कालचक्र
स्टार्ट हो
दशा मैंने
सब?
इस्तेमाल नहीं करी क्योंकि इट्स लाइक मुझे थोड़ा कंफ्यूज करती है वो बहुत।
अच्छा 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 अच्छा।
कैलकुलेशन वाला जहां भी पार्ट रहेगा वहां में तो वीक हूँ
वैसे हाँ,
मैं।
क्योंकि काल चक्र दशा बहुत जल्दी चेंज हो जाएगी अगर टाइम
यस,
में थोड़ा भी डिफरेंस
टाइम
हो।
नहीं हुआ।
या
एग्जैक्टली,
या
एग्जैक्टली।
ठीक है।
सो व्यूअर्स ये ना सोचे कि आई एम अगेंस्ट द रेमेडीज।
या
मेरा कॉन्सेप्ट कुछ और है रेमेडीज को लेकर के, और मेरा ये रहता है कि ग्रह जब आता है वो दैहिक, दैविक और भौतिक लेवल पे इफेक्ट करता है। वो फिर वो चाहे रेमेडीज हो, फिर चाहे वो कैसी भी हो, वो उसी का एक पार्ट होता है।
बाय।
सिंपली लोगों को ये लगता है, और जो भी रेमेडीज हैं वो मेंटल और फिजिकल लेवल पे काम करती हैं। अगर कोई साधक बन गया ना,
हाँ
तो इस कॉम्बिनेशन इन द बर्थ चार्ट। जैसे मैं आपको एक चीज बताता हूँ, बहुत सारे लोग क्या कहते हैं कि सैटर्न केतु का कॉम्बिनेशन है तो जॉब कंटिन्यूशन नहीं रहता या वो नहीं रहता, वो ठीक है। लेकिन आप ये देखें कि जो प्लैनेट सैटर्न के साथ आ गया, ट्राइन में आ गया, नेक्स्ट हाउस में जो है, जो भी काम करेगा, केतु विल इवेंचुअली कम। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, somebody is an actor,
या
somebody is an actor and acting has nothing to do with the ketu, but he is doing the role of Lord Rama and Lakshman because ketu is like aiming, shooting.
नहीं, केतु का ये भी तो है, ये कार्म ध्वज योगा होता है, क्योंकि ये आदमी को नीचे से ऊपर ले जाता है।
Yes.
इसमें डरने की क्या बात है, मतलब बस हाँ ये है कि नीचे से काम स्टार्ट करो, ऊपर तक जाओ, क्योंकि झंझाट जो है जो नीचे से ऊपर ऐसे करके ऊपर होता है ना, तो
Exactly.
ये है
It will
हम्बलनेस
eventually end.
है।
यस, केतु विल इवेंचुअली कम। जैसे मान लीजिए कपिल राज जी एक्टर हैं या एक्टिंग का शौक है, तो
हाँ
मान लीजिए उनके चार्ट में सैटर्न जुपिटर का केतु का कॉम्बिनेशन, जितने भी लॉर्ड राम, लॉर्ड लक्ष्मण के रोल निभाए होंगे जिन्होंने भी आज तक, उनके
हाँ
चार्ट में देखना सैटर्न केतु, जुपिटर केतु का कुछ ट्राइन कनेक्शन, ये कनेक्टेड होंगे।
या
क्योंकि वो थे तो एक्टर, बट दैट उनको उनके काम
यस,
में वो मैनिफेस्टेशन हो
भाई तो
गया।
दशा में जैसे कोई एक्शन मूवी कर रहा है, फिर राहु की दशा आई या केतु की तो हॉरर मूवीज करने पे लग गए।
एग्जैक्टली,
या दैट्स इट।
तो इट विल डेफिनेटली मैनिफेस्ट।
या
इसी कोई एक व्यक्ति हैं जिन्होंने लक्ष्मण का रोल निभाया चार्ट एक सीरियल में, तो उन्होंने अपना
अच्छा,
बर्थ डिटेल भेजा, तो मैंने देखा सैटर्न जुपिटर केतु इज मेकिंग द ट्राइन कनेक्शन।
so it makes
सो
them pious, but it makes them pious in front of the screen, meaning
यस,
religious.
दे
Yeah,
आर डूइंग द रोल ऑफ अ पायस, पायस डीटी, और जुपिटर केतु डिवाइनिटी,
yeah,
यानी डिवाइनिटी एंड ऑरेंज, ऑरेंज कलर, भगवा कलर, क्लोज लाइट लाइक दैट।
yeah. And Lakshman
इट्स
is the
लाइक,
younger brother, so Mars has to be somehow involved.
yes,
Yeah,
Mars is definitely getting connected. That person has Saturn next to Mars, and Mars is retro, so definitely retro planet will
yeah.
affect
So they're playing
planet
the role
behind.
of the
Even
younger
that
brother.
Saturn is retro. Saturn
Yeah,
is retro. Saturn is coming behind, then making the connection with Jupiter Ketu. So this Saturn retro is carrying the energy of Mars, then it is going towards Ketu and making a manifestation, making an energy. एनर्जी
yeah,
बना रहा है। तो क्या हो रहा है कि जो काम वो कर रहा है उसमें सैटर्न जुपिटर केतु आ जा रहा है, मतलब वो उसमें उसको कैसे रोल करना है, जो रिलीजियस है, जो आ, मतलब ऐसे हैं, धार्मिक हैं, इवेंचुअली दैट विल कम।
तो
इफ
अच्छा ये
समबडी हैज
अगर अगर
अ,
तो so what is your percentage when it comes to transit and then use of the dasha? Are you using 50-50 or it's 80-20 or 70-30?
सी आई एम यूजिंग ट्रांजिट at large level, like 80%, more than
80%.
80%. I am using the transit, and I'm using the transit of Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, Mercury, Mars, and all everything.
Yeah,
And because every time the energy is changing, na,
right.
and we don't know how it is changing. Very few people know the rule of transit, how transit works, and at what level the transit is working,
Yeah.
like what energy they are
Like in
forming.
Nadi, they use dispositor of
Yes.
planets in transit.
Dispositor is very important
Yeah.
in Prashri as well. If you want to look at the seventh law spouse, look at the dispositor of seventh lord.
Okay.
Somebody has a Saturn as a seventh lord in Scorpio, but the Mars is sitting with the Sun and Ketu in Virgo. Second house, the person is a excise inspector, Virgo, in the government department.
Government department. Yeah.
So dispositor is important in Prashari too. It's very important. It changed the whole game. So ट्रांजिट मैं यूज करता हूँ 80%, लेकिन दशा हमें कॉन्फिडेंस देती है, दशा कॉन्फिडेंस देती है।
अच्छा,
सूक्ष्म दशा, प्राण दशा, आप रूटीन के ट्रांजिट, डेली ट्रांजिट में आप सूक्ष्म दशा और प्राण दशा, प्रत्यंतर दशा को इस्तेमाल करें।
पर क्या
तो
होता
उसमें
है
ज्यादा
अगर 10 या 20 सेकंड का भी फर्क है टाइम में, तो सूक्ष्म और प्राणा दशा जो है ना, वो फिर 1-2 दिन में चेंज हो जाएंगी, वो 1-2 दिन का
चेंज हो
फर्क।
जाएगा।
क्या?
बट आप अगर इवेंट्स को नोटिस करेंगे, जैसे मुझे मालूम, जैसे मेरा जब मरकरी में सूक्ष्म दशा चल रहा था,
हाँ,
तो मैंने देखा कि मरकरी इज थर्ड फ्रॉम मून। आई हैव कैंसर मून, सो मरकरी इज द थर्ड लॉर्ड फ्रॉम मून चार्ट। सो भाई बीमार रहा, उस पर्टिकुलर 1 मंथ तक भाई बीमार रहा। मरकरी की सूक्ष्म दशा चल रही है और ट्रांजिट में भी वही सारी चीजें चल रही है, और उसके ट्रांजिट में भी चल रही, तो वो
तो
कंफर्म
भाई
हो
बीमार
जाती
क्यों हुआ? क्योंकि मरकरी के ऊपर के कोई इन्फ्लुएंस था, राहु का या किसी का?
है। डेफिनेटली अगर छोटा भाई है तो
हाँ,
मार्स का ट्रांजिट डेफिनेटली मेरे टॉरस में हो रहा था,
अच्छा,
है ना, और उसके भी टॉरस में हो रहा था जहां पर उसका केतु बैठा हुआ है। तो देहा इज
अच्छा,
गेटिंग अफेक्टेड, देहा
ओके,
इज गेटिंग इंजेक्टेड एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स। मार्स केतु, इट
मार्स,
मेक्स मार्स ट्रांजिटिंग ओवर केतु, इट्स लाइक टेम्पररी कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ मार्स केतु।
या,
It makes a temporary yoga. When Mars transiting over Mercury, it's like Mars Mercury. The person communication, the person's voice speech is getting the aggression of Mars. Or person start writing aggressively.
oh, okay, yes, yeah,
If somebody's Saturn is transiting over Mercury or time from Mercury, it's like Saturn Mercury combination for some period. That's why whenever Saturn transit over Mercury, the person will start writing, reading, learning, or start business,
yeah,
because Saturn Mercury represent all these things. If somebody has a Moon Ketu combination, Moon is the water, Ketu is a holy place. When Jupiter transit over Moon Ketu or trine from the Moon Ketu, it's like Jupiter Moon Ketu. Jiva,
yeah.
travel, river, or Ketu, holy place. The person will travel to Rishikesh or Ganga Snan, like,
I see, yeah, absolutely.
Rahu transiting over Moon, natal Moon. It's like temporary Rahu Moon combination. It can be a foreign travel, eating a lot of food, some distributing a lot of food,
Yeah,
changing the food habit, taking the intake of chocolates and all these Rahu related things. Rahu Moon can be a
one can
foreign travel.
even take on drugs during that time too.
Yes, alcohol. They start
Yeah,
alcohol. They start illusions.
yeah,
Because Rahu Moon is a temporary. When we study the transit like this, it will give you us a clear picture.
clear
For
picture,
example,
yes.
if somebody has Rahu in Taurus, Rahu in Capricorn, Rahu in Virgo, right now Sun is transiting in the sign of Taurus. So it's like Sun Rahu combination.
Sun Rahu, yes.
So
Yeah,
what is the Sun Rahu combination? The person, Sun Rahu combination is good for social media, because
yeah,
Sun is your identity and social media is completely, that's not your identity. That you're not showing actually the real identity. You're showing
yeah.
an image. You are showing your shadow. So it makes Sun Rahu. There can be, हो सकता है कि that you'll buy a new lamp or new lights for your room, or
Right.
your bulb get, is getting a problem. Bulb fuse हो जाते हैं लोगों के. They
No, I
start.
remember this part of transit, even something Professor Negandhi also said. He's a Nadi Nandi Nadi
Scholar is a legend.
scholar. Yeah, I
So
remember he said that. Yeah,
Sun Rahu can buy, Sun Rahu person will order a black curtain. Person will start, because shadow, it's making sun up.
it's like
It
an
depends on
eclipse,
it.
temporary eclipse.
So it's a temporary eclipse. So
Yeah,
whatever you will face, like अरे यार लाइट नहीं आ रहा है या ज्यादा लाइट आ रहा है, लाइट का प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा, वो
yeah.
आइडेंटिटी के लिए ज्यादा क्राइसिस करने लगेगा कि मेरा नाम और हो भी सकता है वायरल हो जाए, वायरल हो जाता है कई बार सोशल मीडिया पे.
You know, when
मीडिया
just last month when Sun and Rahu were together with Jupiter, I changed literally 15 bulbs in my house because they were weakening. I changed
So
15
definitely
bulbs because I
there
have a
must be
whole light fixture.
there must be combination of Rahu, Leo, Rahu, Sun in your birth chart already.
Yeah.
That's why it's happening.
Yeah.
It's
See,
like temporary. That's
beautiful.
how we predict. People,
Yeah.
until people know how the energies get change its forms in your life, they will
Yeah.
not understand that how we are connecting with the universe, and everything that is happening in the universe will eventually happen here, and everything happening here eventually is already happening in the universe.
Yeah.
So people should know that.
तो अगर जो लोग कहते हैं कि अच्छा मुझे मोक्षा चाहिए,
There is a combination of moksha. Moksha is possible in 1% charts only.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy to exhaust your all the karmas.
Yeah.
For example, let me give you a clear technique of moksha. If somebody Lagna Lord, ninth Lord, or these houses are connected with the Ketu, and in your birth chart, Jupiter and Saturn both are moving towards Ketu, degreically or conjunct, then definitely you are here just to finish a certain task. You will finish, and then you are getting moksha.
Thank you.
You are, because Ketu is like you are completing certain tasks. You are here just to complete. Maybe you are a teacher in the past life. You are just here to teach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you are a sadhaka in the past life, but you have ignored your husband, and your husband committed a suicide.
Yeah. So now you have
just
to.
Because of you.
Yeah.
So you are here to only serve him for certain period.
Yeah.
Then you will eventually go to
Yes.
again that जो स्थान है आपका भाई, जहां पे आपने साधना की होगी, मध्य प्रदेश में, राजस्थान में, कहीं बैठ के की होगी पास्ट लाइफ में, दोबारा वहीं बैठोगे जाकर के. This is how.
That's it. Well,
Transit
thank
is
you,
very amazing.
Hemraj. That was perfect. So,
Sun
guys.
Rahu, for example, Rahu is in Gemini. Somebody's Sun is going to transit over his Rahu. So Rahu is a foreign element, foreign thing, foreign travel, or Rahu is shadow. Rahu is social media and all these things. Rahu is in Gemini, so this person is going to buy something related to Gemini from foreign or like that.
Okay.
और he will get a new. अरे आंखें खराब हो गई यार, नया वो लगाते हैं चश्मा, इसका चश्मा टूट सकता है.
Yeah.
ज्यादा टीवी देखना स्टार्ट कर दिया, मूवीज देखना स्टार्ट कर दिया फोन पे.
Yeah.
आंखें खराब हो जाए, तो इसको भारीपन महसूस होगा अपने उस पे, सिर पे.
Oh, okay. समझ आई. Well, this beautiful lesson, Hemraj ji. So thank you for coming. And guys, please check out Eklavya Astrology. Beautiful channel.
Thank you so much Kapil Raaj ji.
अरे
आपने बहुत सपोर्ट किया है, और डेफिनेटली मैं तो सोचता हूँ मैं आता हूँ आपके वहां पे, भृगुनंदी नाड़ी का वर्कशॉप कंडक्ट करते हैं 2-3 दिन.
आ जाओ.
बिल्कुल. और डेफिनेटली डू
भैया,
समथिंग.
शुरुआत तुम्हारे से तो शुरुआत हुई थी उसकी. मैं बता रहा हूँ ना, जैसी जब भी तेरी शक्ल देखता हूँ मुझे ज्योतिष आने लग शुरू होता है. तो मुझे लगता है पिछले जन्म में कुछ था तू मेरा गुरु, या किसी और जन्म में कुछ बिट्टू का ज्योतिष गुरु था मेरा. या मुझे तो ये होता है कि जैसी हेमराज की शक्ल देखी एकदम अच्छा एस्ट्रोलॉजी समझ में आ गई सब.
बहुत सारे लोगों को मेरी बातें समझ में नहीं आती है यूट्यूब पे. सो मैं उनको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ कि मेरा जो लेवल है, मैं I'm not here to entertain the people, because if I start entertaining the people, now I will definitely do manipulation in Jyotish just because I want to create a content. मुझे सिर्फ ऐसे लोगों को अपनी बात पहुंचानी है जो स्कॉलर्स हैं, जिन्होंने ज्योतिष में समय दिया है, बहुत समय दिया है. सिर्फ कपिल राज इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग माय पॉइंट, दैट्स एनफ फॉर मी. मैं ऐसे ही लोगों को चाहता हूं, और ऐसे लोग तो बहुत कम है ना.
मुझे तो एक ही वीडियो में, जब मैंने पहला एक ही वीडियो देखा, मैंने कहा ठीक है, अब तो भाई बुलाना ही पड़ेगा, देखना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि वो मैंने कहा ना कुछ अंदर से एकदम जैसी तुमने बोला, मैंने भृगु नंदी नाड़ी का सब पढ़ा हुआ है मेरे पास। ये मैं दिखाता हूँ। ये पिछले 6-7 साल से मेरे पास ये बुक है, आरजी राव की।
आज जी राव।
ठीक है, पढ़ी, समझ आ गया, पर मन नहीं किया। वो भा चक्रा था, मुझे पता था कैसे भा चक्रा बन रहा है, क्योंकि ना असेंडेंट है, ना सन साइन है, ना मून साइन है। पर जब
माई
तुम्हारा एक वीडियो देखा, उसमें तो पता नहीं क्या ब्रेन का कनेक्शन बन गया कि एकदम से बस, तभी मैंने कहा अब ये पास्ट लाइफ का एक कर्मा पूरा कर रहा हूं मैं
वीनस,
यहाँ
डेफिनेटली
पर आके।
वीनस बहुत एक्टिव हुआ होगा आपका। और वीनस, आपका वीनस मेरे वीनस या लगन से, चंद्र लगन से कुछ संबंध बना रहा होगा डेफिनेटली।
अच्छा,
हाँ, सो दैट्स व्हाई इट्स हैपनिंग।
तुम्हारा या इट इज या, आई सी इट, यस।
आप रिवील नहीं करते हैं अपना, कई बार मैंने देखा कि भाई क्या है। इट्स गुड एक्चुअली,
मिस्ट्री
बिकॉज
रखता
पीपल
हूँ मैं।
विल स्टार्ट जजिंग यू।
या
अब लोगों को पता चले ना कि मेरा लगन में
इसका
राहु
ये
है।
यहाँ पर है, अच्छा इसीलिए ये कर रहा है, ये वो कर रहा है, वो सब हो जाता है पब्लिक फिगर को।
मैं ओपनली बताता हूँ, मेरा राहु और
या
वीनस लगन में है।
हाँ
एंड मुझे कई बार घमंड होता है, या मुझे कई बार ना हैरानी होती है अपने ऊपर, और खुशी होती है, मैं खुद कह रहा हूँ,
हाँ
प्राउड होता है कि मेरा राहु लगन में है। बिकॉज
हाँ
प्राशरी सेज राहु कंजंक्ट विद द केंद्र एंड त्रिकोणा लॉर्ड मेक्स अ राजयोगा।
हाँ।
राजयोग देने का एक तरीका है, मेरा मेमोरी इतना शार्प है, मैं
या
खुद कहता हूं, मेरा इतना तेज दिमाग है, मैं कभी याद नहीं रखता हूं, मैं कभी लिखा नहीं हूं जीवन में। यहां से चलती है चीजें, कहीं पे
हाँ
बुला लो, because Rahu with the fifth lord in sitting in the Lagna. That's
हाँ
why I'm able to learn a lot of things. I can learn whole book in one night. मतलब मैं
हाँ।
वैसा आदमी रहा हूं जो पूरे साल नहीं पढ़ता है, जिसको लोग टीचर टीचर मारते हैं, बट इवेंचुअली वो टॉपर आता है लास्ट जा करके।
या
मैं रात रात पढ़ लेता था, याद कर लेता था लोगों की शक्लें, चार्ट, 1,000 चार्ट मुझे ऐसे ही है, मैं अभी ड्रॉ करके 10 चार्ट ऐसे ही बना दूंगा, ये उसका चार्ट था। कोई मुझसे फोन करके पूछा, जैसे किसी ने पूछा कि मैं आगम बोल रहा हूँ, मैं कहा हाँ आगम बोलो, तुम्हें फाइनेंशियल लॉ के लिए बोला था मैंने पढ़ने के लिए, तुम्हारे चार्ट में मार्स वीनस मरकरी
नहीं,
का
अरे
कॉम्बिनेशन।
कितने एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स ने बताया मेरा राहु खराब है, राहु खराब है, राहु खराब है, किसी ने नहीं देखा कि मेरे राहु अष्टलक्ष्मी योगा बना रहा है जुपिटर के साथ।
पीपल स्टार्ट जजिंग
और
ना ये।
जैसी उसकी वो दशा अंतर दशा आई, 8 फोल्ड ऊपर चले गए। तो इसमें ना मीडियम जो है ना वो होता है, ज्योतिष काम कर रही है, टाइम काम कर रहा है, मीडियम
एग्जैक्टली,
को ना मीडियम होता है जो सिखा सकता है, दिखा सकता है। तो ये है।
बिल्कुल। सो
या
इस लाइक की हो सकता है नाड़ी में क्या। अब मैं आपको भृगुनंदी नाड़ी में बताऊं, यही आरजी राव साहब ने लिखा है कि
हाँ,
वीनस इज द कारक ऑफ सीक्रेसी, सीक्रेट
हाँ,
नॉलेज।
क्योंकि वीनस का जन्म ही
राहु इज
ज्येष्ठा
द
नक्षत्र में हुआ।
वास्टनेस,
हाँ
Rahu is the vastness. So the person will reveal the vast secrets.
पास सीक्रेट्स।
And the person will have the knowledge of vast secrets.
या
Brihad Nadi. Rahu
नहीं,
Venus is a
जैसा हम
Brihad
देखते हैं ना
Nadi.
कि वीनस जो है वो ब्यूटी है और फिल्म्स है और क्रिएटिविटी है, ये अगर वीनस की स्टोरी देखो, वीनस तो तपस्वी है। उल्टा
Exactly.
लटक
Venus
के
is a scholar.
तपस्या करी, शिवा के अंदर तपस्या करी, वो तांत्रिक सिद्धि है वो सी। जो जुपिटर का इंडिविजुअल होता है उसको पास वेदास का ज्ञान होता है। जो शुक्र का इंडिविजुअल होता है उसके पास टेक्निक्स होती हैं, उसके पास तंत्र होता
Yes,
है, उसके पास
टेक्निकल होता
इंट्यूशन।
है वो आदमी।
हाँ
टेक्निकल और प्रैक्टिकल होता है।
हाँ। वो
जुपिटर वाला आदमी बहुत
जुपिटर
स्टोरी
वाला
सुनाएगा,
कहेगा
कहानी।
भगवान पे भरोसा करो, शुक्र वाला कहेगा अच्छा ये करो, ये सब ठीक हो जाएगा। वो
प्रैक्टिकल होता है,
प्रैक्टिकल होता है।
प्रैक्टिकली बोलेगा।
या
वो फिलोसफी नहीं झाड़ेगा, वो सीधा बोलेगा।
हाँ
जैसे बृहद नाड़ी, बृहद नाड़ी इज अ कॉम्बिनेशन वीनस नाड़ी, बृहद बृहद, बृहद मीन्स लार्ज, बड़ा,
हाँ।
राहु, नाड़ी इज वीनस, सो बृहद नाड़ी इज राहु वीनस।
राहु
आई हैव
या
राहु वीनस इन कैप्रिकॉर्न। व्हेन
शुक्र
सैटर्न
नाड़ी भी होता
ट्रांजिटेड
है,
ओवर,
शुक्र नाड़ी भी है, ध्रुव
यस,
नाड़ी। या
व्हेन सैटर्न ट्रांजिटेड इन द साइन ऑफ कैप्रिकॉर्न ओवर माय नेटल वीनस राहु, आई स्टार्टेड द नाड़ी
हाँ। और एक
क्लासेस,
चीज और देखी,
लाइक,
वो जैसे अगर लोग कहते हैं वीनस डिबिलिटेटेड है, खराब है, पर ये देखो, जैसे वीनस अगर जैसे लग्न में डिबिलिटेटेड है, तो ये देखो 12th 2nd और 7th में कौन से पहला प्लैनेट बैठे हुए हैं। अगर वहां
Exactly.
वीनस के फ्रेंड्स बैठे हैं, वीनस ऊपर ले जाएगा। बताओ क्यों?
Exactly. Venus
क्योंकि
debilation.
ओरिजिनल उसका घर सेकंड है, मूल त्रिकोण 7 है, एक्सॉल्टेड प्लेस 12th है। अब
Exactly. Venus
डिबिलिटेटेड
is in Virgo.
है।
Yes.
या
Venus in Virgo, it's like Venus Mercury combination.
वीनस
It
मरकरी
multiplies the
कॉम्बिनेशन।
wealth.
यस।
Virat Kohli has Venus in Virgo.
या
Venus in Virgo, you will see a lot of rich people.
ओ या
Maximum. They have dual income, dual source of income. They are
यस,
success.
you see that more in Venus in Virgo than Venus in Pisces.
Yes. Venus in Pisces is not. Venus in Pisces is Venus Jupiter is like.
Yeah, it's devotional. They
Yes.
do better in like the sadhana.
It
You
is
know?
that the karma of Venus is attached to the Jiva because due to dispositor. So
Yeah.
it can be in negative terms as well. Like you are getting problem from a female who is highly influential because Venus is exalted.
Yeah.
That this chart is Venus exalted with moon. The person will enjoy high with a high influential woman, or
Yeah.
the person will enjoy the luxury of higher level. Like I am also enjoying the luxury. I am going to a 2-star hotel. He's going to 5-star hotel. That is Venus
Yeah.
exalted with moon. He's drinking costly wine and whiskey. Because Venus exalted with moon. That kind
दोनों
of
के पास
exalted
कार है,
moon.
एक चला रहा है टोयोटा, एक चला रहा है मर्सिडीज बेंज। बस
That's the
कार
difference.
दोनों के पास है। या
Yes,
मजा
that's
है।
the that comes from the sign, that the environment of the planet. If somebody has connection with the police constable, that is also Mars. But if somebody has a connection with the SP, IG, DIG, that is a Mars exalted, Mars at a higher level.
Mars at a higher level. Yeah.
That's the sign create a difference.
Yeah. क्योंकि जैसे मार्स जेमिनी में पुलिस ऑफिसर होगा, मार्स कैप्रिकॉर्न में पुलिस कमिश्नर होगा। ये डिफरेंस होगा ना, बस। So thank you, Hemraj ji, for coming, enlightening us again. We'll
अरे
see you
नहीं
more
सर,
in the future.
अब तो मजा, लाइक डिस्कशन में मजा है, लाइक हाँ
Yeah.
हिंदी में मैं ज्यादा कंफर्टेबल, आई एम नॉट दैट
मैंने
कंफर्टेबल
भी
इन
देखा है,
इंग्लिश, बट टुडे
हिंदी में इंफॉर्मेशन ज्यादा होती है। मैंने खुद देखा है। मैंने जब, जैसे मैं यहाँ पर वॉक करता हूँ अपनी कॉलोनी में, कभी इंडियन रेस्टोरेंट जाता हूँ, हमेशा कोई आता है मेरे पास, कहता है वो रिकग्नाइज कर लिया, तो दे स्पीक, दे से आई विश आई कुड स्पीक टू यू इन हिंदी। मैंने कहा बोलो हिंदी, मैं बोल रहा हूँ। और फिर जब मैं बोलता हूँ ना, पता नहीं हिंदी संस्कृत कुछ ऐसी वाक सिद्धि है, जो वाक विद्या है और लैंग्वेज है, जब बोलते हो ना तो समझ आ रहा था, वो प्रिडिक्शन भी अच्छा होता है। ये देख लेना, इंग्लिश का प्रिडिक्शन वर्सेस हिंदी का प्रिडिक्शन मैंने खुद देखा हुआ है। मेरी खुद की नॉलेज ऊपर जाती है जब मैं बोलता हूँ हिंदी।
जब आप भृगुनंदी नाड़ी करते हैं तो यू हैव टू ड्रॉ द साउथ इंडियन चार्ट,
या
बिकॉज इट्स लाइक अ यंत्र, और इट्स लाइक अ यंत्र ऑफ कार्तिकेय।
अरे ये भी तो देखो, ये नाड़ी की क्यों एक्टिवेट हुई, कब एक्टिवेट हुई? जब मैं टेक्सास आया। यूएस में टेक्सास है साउथ मोस्ट स्टेट।
यस, साउथ।
जब मैं कैलिफोर्निया में था, डीसी में था, कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं था। सब मुझे सारी बुक्स रखी हैं नाड़ी के ऊपर, कभी इंटरेस्ट नहीं आया। पर जैसे ही मैं टेक्सास में मूव हुआ, साउथ में आया, तो अब पता लगा कि ये नाड़ी क्यों स्टार्ट हुई।
इट्स लाइक ना, ग्रह चेंजेस एवरीथिंग, वास्तु, प्लेसेस, इंटरेस्ट, एनर्जी चेंजेस।
या
सो दैट्स व्हाई डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली रेमेडीज कहां से निकला, ये इसी से तो निकला। प्रैक्टिकली देखा कि अच्छा जगह चेंज करने से, इस डायरेक्शन में जाने से ये होता है, तो वो किसी ट्रांजिट किसी के साथ हुआ रहेगा उस पर्टिकुलर ट्रांजिट दशा में, तो वहां से वो रेमेडी निकाल लिया कि भाई आप ऐसा जाओगे तो।
या
बट इट डजंट
नाम
वर्क
के ऊपर
लाइक
भी
दैट।
जगहें होती हैं। अच्छा, वो कौन
बिल्कुल।
सी बुक थी यार, हेमंत भट्ट की, तुम्हारे से ही सुना था मैंने। वो है ना उनकी, वो पास्ट लाइफ कार्मा की एक बुक,
जी, यस यस यस,
हेमंत भट्ट की। उसमें ना उन्होंने वो दिया हुआ है, जैसे हम नक्षत्र की साउंड का यूज करते हैं, जैसे चूची चोला, यू नो, तो उनका था जैसे सन हो गया, आ इ ई उ उ,
यस
और
यस,
वो
दैट
तो
वर्क्स
अगर
वंडरफुली।
वो भी तुम यूज करो,
यस,
किसी कौन से स्टेट में, कौन सी सिटी में जाना है, कौन सा प्लेनेट स्ट्रांग है, पापी को अगर शनि एग्जॉल्टेड है 10th में, उसके फ्रेंडली ग्रह बैठे हैं 7th में, पापीपू में। अगर तुम जाते हो तो शनि तुम्हारी हेल्प करेगा वहां। तो ये
Now
सिंपल सी।
let me tell you one interesting thing.
हाँ।
My I become a father in the month of September 2022.
अच्छा।
I become a father of a daughter. So सब लोग everybody start क्या नाम रखेगा, क्या नाम रखेंगे, what will be her name and all this. So I just checked that she got Saturn retro in the Lagna Capricorn.
हाँ।
I felt that Saturn is most powerful planet in her birth chart. So I used that Himad Bhatt Saab or Prashar, sounds
या
of planets. So I kept her name from M. But see, it was not planned. I just thought. और सब लोग बोले यार कौन सा नाम अच्छा लग रहा है, कौन सा नाम अच्छा लग रहा है, नाम सोचते रह गए। सडनली इवेंचुअली अपने आप नाम ऐसे जुबान पे आ गए, यार मन्नत नाम रखते हैं,
मन्नत या
मन्नत रख लिया। बट वो सैटर्न कैप्रिकॉन का है, वो है, बट एक सीक्रेट है नाम का भी और रेट्रो का, वो कभी मैं और बताऊंगा
अच्छा।
कैसे इसमें। हाँ, इसमें बहुत मजा आता है कैसे एनर्जी मैनिफेस्ट होती है आदमी के नाम में भी। हम ये कहते हैं कि नाम भी पहले से डेस्टिनेड है, इसीलिए नाड़ी
या
वाले ना थंब इंप्रेशन से नाम निकाल देते हैं।
हाँ।
प्रेडिक्ट योर नेम, it's not the you chooses your name, it's name chooses you, because
नहीं।
name has energy, you has energy. When that energy will match, you will chase the name, you will choose the
अच्छा।
name. So I tried my best in English. English viewers, today I
या
speak most of the time in English language. हाँ,
या
थोड़ा हिंदी आ जाता है भाई, वो हमारा उसमें
तो
कंफर्टेबल
फिर
है।
ये तो कपिल का नाम मेरे पास, कपिल नाम क्यों आया?
Kapil, Kapil and Raj. That's why I'm thinking like Ka is related to Mars.
हाँ, गाइस मार्जिया।
Mars na. So
हाँ।
see, Kapil, Mars. I have Mars in Capricorn.
अच्छा।
Yeah. Kapil Ka is making that, and that changes in my work and that karma.
ओ
Kapil.
अच्छा।
Even one of my cousin have name of Kapil. Kapil.
वाह, थैंक यू सो मच हेमराज जी। यहाँ पर 12 बजने को आ रहे हैं।
चलिए ठीक है।
चलिए,
नाइस।
मिलते हैं फिर।
मजा आया बहुत आपके साथ। और
एब्सोल्युटली।
बढ़िया सा टाइटल आप दीजिएगा तो ये बहुत अच्छा
या
लगेगा।
आई विल।
हम
थैंक यू।
ओके, चलिए अभी डालेंगे क्या आप इसको?
मैं इसको या तो अभी डालूंगा या सुबह डालूंगा।
चलिए ठीक है।
इसको प्रोसेस करने में टाइम लगेगा।
चलिए, थैंक यू सो
ठीक
मच
है।
सर, थैंक यू।
ओके।